Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today I'm going to be giving my match predictions between Manchester United and Arsenal, two of the three biggest clubs in English football facing off each other in the weekdays. Obviously, it's coming to the Christmas period. We are going to be having games every 3 or 4 days or so we're coming to an exciting period where we're going to be seeing so much Premier League football, and thank God we're going to be seeing so much football in the next few weeks or so. But going into this game is massive for both teams. Manchester United under a transition stage, just like Arsenal, but obviously relatively such different phases right now. Arsenal are looking to go and climb the table, finish in the top 4, while Manchester United just appointed their new manager, Ralf Ragnick, who's going to try play a new style of playing with a pressing style of football. So it's going to be interesting to see how both these sides line up. It's going to be interesting to see which team actually wins and which team actually performs. But before going into this game, you know I'm going to say make sure you guys like, comment, and hit that big subscribe button right there. Make sure you guys in the comment sections give me your own predictions. Who's going to win, Manchester United or Arsenal? Arsenal have a chance to go, 7 points clear of Manchester United if they win at Old Trafford. So it's going to be an amazing game, and there's so much up for grabs. So the first aspect of this game I'm going to be talking about is Manchester United and how they're going to play their style of football. So obviously in the game against Chelsea, it was quite different. They were compact, solid, structured in their defensive shape, sat back and wait for counter-attacking opportunities against Chelsea. And obviously they're not going to be doing this against Arsenal because A, they're home. Second, they're not going to be playing 3 CDMs because they're not versing the European champions. They're versing Arsenal, who have been in good form, but let's be honest, Manchester United should be competing against them and should be going toe-to-toe against Arsenal. But I feel like there was encouraging signs against Chelsea when they played them at Stamford Bridge. They did have some pressing triggers. Every time the ball got into midfield, we saw players like Rashford, we saw players like Fernandes, we saw even McTominay give the pressure, even Fred, who had a marvellous game. Every single time they got the ball, they looked to press the ball and try win it in good areas to try get opportunity on goal. It was good to watch. I'm not saying it was impressive like Liverpool, Manchester City. It's not the finished article, but obviously they're going to have a lot of weeks and months to even work on the shape, especially under the new manager, Ralf Ragnick, who's going to try implement this style of football. It's not the finished article, like I said, but it's a start. And they showed in phases of the game that they could actually put pressure on the European champions, Chelsea. So going into this game against Arsenal, I don't think I'm going to see anything relatively different. I don't think Ralf Ragnick's going to be ready to coach because obviously his visa, work permit, whatever. But Michael Carrick is going to obviously try implement Ralf Ragnick's style of football, try get the players used to it before he comes. So I expect him to do this, to go on the front foot, high press, potentially play a 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1 like they've been doing so far this season, and literally try, squeeze and suffocate the opposition in high areas of the pitch where Arsenal will not be able to get out from. We know Arsenal have been decent this season, playing out from the back, but we saw against Liverpool. Liverpool are the finished article, like I said, but we saw phases in that game where Liverpool were relentless. Arsenal could not play out through the back and literally pass through and transition the play. Liverpool kept pressing them, trying to win the ball in good areas, and Manchester United should be looking at this at some sort of positivity taken into this game against Arsenal, because if Liverpool can do it, Manchester City can do it, which they've shown with their great wins, 5-0, 4-0 respectively. It shouldn't be such high ambitions to expect Man United to potentially win this game 1-0 or 2-1. I'm not saying they're going to demolish Arsenal like Liverpool, Manchester City, but to get a win with this style of football, it is possible because, like I said, White, Gabriel have been playing well. They can be got out when it comes to pressurising the ball, especially away from home where we've seen them struggle this season. So going into this game is going to be very interesting to see if Manchester United actually adapt this style of football to actually try pressurise Arsenal. So the next aspect of the game is I'm going to be talking about Manchester United's starting lineup and who's going to start. We saw Cristiano Ronaldo rested against Chelsea, or dropped more likely against Chelsea. Who's going to drop one of the best players of all time against Chelsea, the European champions? It's not, you're not resting him for what? You're resting him for a championship side later on in the FA Cup or whatever? No, you're not. You're just dropping him because you want to advance your style of play, because Ronaldo does not fit into this style. But honestly, this game against Arsenal is going to be interesting to see what Michael Carrick does. Is Ronaldo going to play? Was he rested? Or is he going to be dropped yet again? Will be interesting to see what he does. Ronaldo, obviously one of the greatest players of all time, like I said, and I know he doesn't really press, and I feel like there is a misconception like this. I do see him work hard for the team. I do see him pressurize the defenders, not to the extent of someone like Roberto Firmino. I'm not arguing that on Mohamed Salah or even the Manchester City forwards, but he does put a shift in, and potentially this might not just be enough for Michael Carrick in terms of how he wants to shape his side in this game against Arsenal to get his team ready when Ralf Ragnick comes into the side. But going into this game, man, I feel like it will just be criminal to actually drop Cristiano Ronaldo again. These massive games, these big gigantic games, you want your best players because your best players usually score when it really matters. And we've seen Cristiano Ronaldo save Manchester United time and time after again this season, especially in the Champions League, scoring most important goals when it really matters. Although Manchester United did get a positive result against the European champions Chelsea away from home, getting a 1-1 draw, if Ronaldo came on 10 to 15 minutes earlier and actually got a chance to go, potentially they would have won the game. We saw Fred get the ball and obviously try chip Mendy, and although Ronaldo was on the pitch at that time, imagine 10 to 15 minutes earlier if he was brought on earlier. Potentially he might have had a similar chance like this if Sancho or Rashford created him a chance. And that's the player you want in the box, the fox in the box, to dictate the game and get the most pivotal goal when it really truly matters. Ronaldo has to start because he has such a superb goal scoring record against Arsenal as well. We've seen him in the past rip them to shreds at Manchester United. I don't expect it to be any real different. Potentially not with the lightning speed he once had, but obviously with the poachers and goal scoring instinct he still has as a footballer. I know you want to play this pressing style football and potentially against Arsenal, but you need to fit the components around Ronaldo. These players like Ronaldo and Messi come once in a generation, and instead of looking for a football philosophy to try implement, you should try implement a football philosophy which fits your best players into the side rather than trying to play entertaining football. So I think Ronaldo must start, even if you want to test it out to see if you can actually pressurize the individuals on the ball, which Arsenal will have with the defenders. Also, other talking points is Donny van de Beek going to start against Arsenal. Obviously, he was rested against Chelsea because he played in the Champions League tie the other day as well. So it looks like he's going to be injected into the side yet again because they're going to need his freshness because, like I just said, they're just coming off a game against Chelsea, the European champions, and he has the energy, he has the enthusiasm, he has the desire to pressurize the ball and fit into this style of play when it comes to pressing the ball. Also, like I said earlier, you're playing Arsenal at home. You're not versing the European champions Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. There's no need to play 3 holding CDMs. So this should be a great opportunity for Van der Beek to actually make his mark on this side, stamp his authority and cement a starting place in this side, especially since Pogba is going to be injured for the next foreseeable future or so. So Van der Beek has the creativity. He fits the mode of pressurizing the ball. He's press resistant. He's the perfect player to start your journey of trying to play this high pressing style of football. So let's see if he's going to start against Arsenal. So the next factor I'm going to be talking about in this game is Arsenal's bravery, Arsenal's courage, Arsenal's resolve. There's been too many times in the past we've seen Arsenal go away from home with fans and lose to a top 6 side. Manchester City, Liverpool, Manchester United. When was the last time Arsenal were able to beat any of these sides away from home when there were fans in the stadium? I don't even know. I don't know if this is a mental block, whether they don't have the belief, they don't really have the ambition, they don't really feel like they have it in their guts to actually go away from home and actually beat a top 6 side, or they're just lacking the quality. We've seen Arsenal in the past go to sides poorer than them, like Manchester United in 2016 when Rashford made his pretty much Premier League debut, and they still weren't able to win in better form. So I don't know if this is just a mental hurdle when it comes to Arsenal, the club, and they're unable to beat sides when obviously they're superior and they got in for the Premier League pretty much every other season, or like I said, they don't have the quality. But Manchester United are a wounded animal at this moment, literally just going through a transition stage, still don't really know their best on 11 when it comes to this new style of play. So Arsenal must have the courage, must have the bravery to take advantage of this and actually try and win this game. You're not going to get much of a better chance beating Manchester United away from home, especially since they've been in such dire form this season at Old Trafford. They've kept 2 clean sheets in the last 23 games or so. Manchester United have not been good at Old Trafford this season, and obviously Arsenal have been in decent form this season as well, being 5th in the Premier League table when they looked like they were going near the relegation zone at the beginning of the table. So Arsenal have a golden opportunity to put their stamp, get their first signature away win of the season. I know they beat Leicester, but Leicester have not been consistent this season, and Manchester United have a lot better players compared to Leicester. So if Arsenal get this signature win, this is going to give their confidence so much, especially going for the top 4 race this season. And in terms of the key aspects and the talking points when it comes to Arsenal in this game against Manchester United, Aubameyang. He has not been performing this season nor last. He played so poorly against Watford and Newcastle, having so many golden opportunities up front, 5 yards out, 6 yards out, and he couldn't be able to convert the chances. Arsenal are going to need him, especially since they're going to have less of the ball against Manchester United as anticipated. So Aubameyang is not going to get that many chances. He's not been the potent 1 and 2 goal scoring machine we've known him in the past to be. He needs to step his game up, especially against the Manchester United side, like I said, who have been conceding goals for fun even when they've been winning. Saka as well, he's been decent in his last game against Newcastle, winning the man of the match, played absolutely marvellous. Let's see if Shaw's going to be healthy enough to play. If not, Saka has a great opportunity to go one-on-one with Telles, where we know he's not great defensively. Going forward, obviously provides so much, but defensively, I've seen him being taken advantage of. So Saka has to see this as a golden opportunity, and especially Arsenal's midfield. Transition the ball is key. Manchester United's press is going to be disjointed at times, and we've seen Arsenal improve their style of play when it comes to playing out from the back. So if they can transition the ball, beat the first line of press for Manchester United, knowing how weak, how thimble their midfield is when it comes to obviously defending, Arsenal are going to have so much space, especially with the likes of someone like Smith Rowe, who's one of the best ball carriers in the Premier League. So Arsenal just have to be patient, sit back, be defensive-minded, maybe play Partey and El Neni next to each other to provide that defensive security, that defensive blanket, so they have a solid foundation to go on when it comes to transitioning the ball on the counter-attack. And Arsenal are going to have many good opportunities to win this game. But like I said, it all falls to Aubameyang. It doesn't matter how great they play going forward, doesn't matter how many chances they create, it means nothing. You're not going to get goals for creating a great chance. You're going to get goals if your striker puts it away, and Aubameyang must step up. So last aspect of this game I'm going to be talking about is my score predictions, and honestly I think it's going to be a close, tight affair. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw, and I'll tell you why right now. I feel like Arsenal will accept a draw, obviously coming off 2 good wins against Watford and Newcastle, obviously losing to Liverpool in between them. But still, I still feel like they don't have the mental toughness, the winning mentality to go away from home to a big side with fans and actually win. I still feel like they're lacking in that department so far, especially since they've been struggling at Old Trafford for the last 10 to 15 years or so when they've had fans in the stadium. When it comes to Manchester United, I feel like they had a decent performance against Chelsea. There's something to build on. I'm not saying it was marvellous. I'm not saying it was phenomenal. I'm not saying it was perfect. But at least you're getting a point against the European champions. I feel like Manchester United will create more. I feel like they will be better in their phase of play when it comes to creating chances, high press. We're going to see a lot of signs like that. But I still feel like they're still disjointed as a team. Obviously, they can win this game in individual brilliance. Specific moments of the game where the world-class players like Bruno Fernandes and Cristiano Ronaldo can take the game over the scruff of his neck. But we know Manchester United's defence is leaky when it comes to conceding goals. They're so bad at keeping clean sheets, and I feel like they don't have enough within the Arsenal to score more than 2 goals against Arsenal, ironically. So going into this game, like I said, I'm predicting a 1-1 draw. I feel like Manchester United will be just edge it as the better side, but I feel like they don't have enough right now to beat Arsenal, who have been in good form this season.